Scott from Wellsford Heritage Farm back here again. Today I'm going to show you what I do with a couple of turkeys that I process during the week. I'm going to roll the breasts off the turkeys, bone the rest out and make cabana, but the breasts I'll pickle them and then smoke them and make what we call turkey ham. So this will be the process that I go through. I'll show you some of the ingredients I make the pickle out of, how I pickle it, how I bone it, how I roll it, and what I use to do the whole process. Hope you enjoy. Righto, here's some of the ingredients we use. I use a Hyman pineapple cure, just normal sacks of cooking salt from the supermarket, some brown sugar, malt brown vinegar, unsweetened pineapple juice. It's just a garden pressure sprayer with a nozzle from a butcher's supplies for pumping meat with. 10-litre cook pot, little set of scales, something to put your product in to weigh, a boning knife, a bit of mesh net from butcher's supplies, a turkey of course that we grew here on our farm. Now a little important note on the pineapple cure, it has got sodium nitrate in it, so it's very important to run by the instructions and do not add lib on it. You should only use what the instructions tell you to use. So reduce your amounts to how much water you're going to use and how much other products you're going to put in with it. Pretty important to stick by the instructions. Righto, let's get to boning this turkey. The way I bone turkey, just run down both sides of the back leg. Like I've said in other videos, there's lots of ways to do these things. This is just the way I do it. Grab both legs, hold the breastbone, give it a little bit of a tug, and you should be able to just run through with your knife. Get your back legs off. Now you turn it over so the bottom side's facing you. Run down both sides of the back. Just run down along the bottom of the wings. Take your wing off. Same with this one. Take your wing off. Then just start following the rib cage around. Trying to get as much meat off the bones as you can. Just keep following it around like this. Right through to the breastbone. Follow the breastbone along. Make sure you leave the meat on the fillet. That's one of your breast fillets. And down the other side. Around where the wing join's on. Right the way down. Pretty much exactly the same way as you do a chicken. If you wanted to practice with the chicken from the supermarket, you can go and buy a chicken from the supermarket. Have a bit of a practice. Smoked chicken's pretty good too. I try my best not to cut through where the skin is, so it's all joined together like that. Now you got both breast fillets, but all as one. There's no bones left in that. So then we take a bit of of this fat off. We don't really want all that. So I'll just cut that across there like that. That's just rubbish. I'll leave these little bits on, but I'll try and take the fat out from underneath. Fat down the sides. Same with here. Now remember, this is only for your own consumption, so however you'd like to eat it is the best way to do it. It's all rubbish. Just make sure there's no cartilage in the breastbone. No little bits of bone in the end here. Where your wings join on. Take that little bit of fat out. There's a fair bit of fat in there, so you can just peel it back like that. Turn it inside out and just sort of push the fat off the skin. It will just come out when you cook it. This side's the same. Sort of just peel it back a bit. People say, oh, why don't you take the skin right off? Well, I could. If I cook it with the skin on, it stops it from drying out as much. So taking that out. That's how they look. So that's the two breast fillets of the turkey. This wasn't a very big turkey, this one. It'll cook up alright. So that's a piece of PVC pipe. Just get from your plumber supplies. Give it a good wash with hot water first. And that's butcher's netting, which if you've got a good butcher that you can go and ask, they'll probably sell you some, or you can ring some of the butcher supplies places that are on the internet, and you can buy just about anything that a butcher can buy online now. You get the right size pipe, you can just pull it through like that. Now I like to push it into a bit of a ball, like such. Tie an end. Just tie a bit of a knot there. Cut your netting. Just try and flatten your skin out. Put your hand in there. Try and flatten the skin out a bit, so it covers as much of the meat as you can. Now, like everything you're going to cook, you want it to be as even in size as possible, so you don't get dry bits. Put a knot in that end, so that's a nice little even roast like that. Righto, this is what I've got. I've got 3 turkey breast rolls, a bowl full of trim, and the carcass and bones that we'll use for stock. Trim we'll make into turkey cabanossi, which is like a cabana product, which I'll show you that as well a bit later in the week. I've mixed 10 litres of water with a pineapple cure. I won't give you the exact measurement on the pineapple cure because every packet's different. Every maker does it a bit different. So just remember whatever's on your bag to make sure you follow the instructions. I've got 100 grams of salt. I'll put in about quarter. So about 500 mils of pineapple juice and about 500 mils of malt vinegar and about 200 grams of brown sugar. Right, now once all your ingredients are mixed in your 10-litre pot, I just use a jug, put some into our garden sprayer. Now I've washed the garden sprayer out with a handful of salt, about 2 litres of warm water and half a litre of vinegar, just to make sure it's safe and it's got no little nasties growing in it. I don't use it that often, so you gotta use every precaution to make sure you're safe when you're doing these sorts of things. Just back in there. Now what we do is we stick the needle in like that. We give it a bit of a pump. And we pump it full of juice. Just keep moving the needle around. Get as much in there as you can. You don't want it to explode. Keep pumping your thing up. It's the same process if you were making corned beef, pickled pork, ham. Very much the same process. Bacon, I do bacon exactly the same. About enough. Then we put it in the holding pot. Do the little one. The needle's got all the little holes in. When you do it, press the button, it comes out in all different spots. A bit more pressure behind it. You can buy fancy electric pumps to do this sort of work. You can even buy stainless steel garden sprayers like this from the butcher's supplies. There's lots of different types of pumps you can use. I do know people just soak it in the brine, stab a lot of holes in it and just soak it in the brine for a bit longer. I only put it in the brine for probably 12 hours. I'll pull it out tomorrow about 10 o'clock. About 9 o'clock at night here now, so I don't chicken or fish, I don't soak it for very long. I don't like it too salty, so I find that's about enough time. It's best if you can have all your meat covered. So you might have to arrange it a bit. So it's all under the water like that. All submersed in the water. And then just sit it in your cool room or in your fridge till tomorrow. Righto, here we are, 12 hours later. Take your turkeys out of your pot. I like to dry them off, but I don't drip too much in the cool room. Just a tea towel, give it a bit of a dry off. thing I like to do when I'm smoking stuff, hang it all up in the cool room for a day before I smoke it. So put it all on S hooks once it's dry. Righto, here we go. Got the turkeys sitting on the racks in the smoker. I got a temperature probe in the smallest one. That should cook the quickest. I put the biggest one at the top, so there shouldn't be too much difference in time. A little temperature gauge. I've set the temperature for 70 degrees, 71 degrees. And I use a probe as well, just to make sure that, just to double check my temperatures. We're using hickory biscuits to smoke with. It's a self-feed machine, so you can see there's a stack of them there. Turn the smoke on first. So it feeds the pellets in himself as it needs them, and I'll cook it to an internal temperature of around 70 degrees, 70, 71. I'll let them cook now. I don't go by time, I just go by internal temperature. Turkeys all finished smoking. We'll just grab that last one out. We'll reach 70 degrees. It's been really cold here today, so cold and windy. Took a bit longer to cook out in the meat room. The meat room's pretty cold at the best of times. We might just cut one in half and show you what it's like. Beautiful. Beautifully cooked right through. We'll chuck some foil over the top. Until it cools down a bit. I'll leave it sit there like that for a couple of hours, and then I'll